Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, another review of my previous channel. It is Slaughter Hotel. Let's check it out. Alright, our movie starts out outside a mental institution, and there's a stalker on the grounds. And it looks like he found a way in. It's not your typical mental institution, as it has, medieval torture devices and weapons. Perfect for this guy, though. Inside one of the rooms is a naked patient writhing around. But before our menacing figure can do anything, she buzzes for the doctors and nurses. This is Ruth. She's on her way to the mental institution to become a patient. And then she grabs the wheel and tries to kill themselves. Back at the institution, this is a nurse. She's obsessed with this woman named Mara. Like, sexually obsessed. She's a patient.
Nobody cares whether I'm improving.
Two of us.
I can never remember anything.
He drops Ruth off and speeds away. Our favorite cinematic pervert, Klaus Kinski, is the star, although his voice is dubbed. He's the main doctor.
You mean almost cured?
I mean, there's no point.
This is Anne. She's a
You're
nymphomaniac.
a perfectly healthy woman. It's just that your desire to make love is excessive, compulsive.
This is Dr. Clay. That's Cheryl, who he likes.
You've had plenty of time. And frankly,
And
I don't
Cheryl's
think it's all
husband,
that serious.
Mr. Hume.
She was working too hard and just needed to rest. That's all. The board of directors is looking forward to your return, darling. Let me.
Chick Mara is completely nude on the bed, and our pervy nurse is giving her a nice little massage. Our nymphomaniac Anne sneaks out one evening and goes to the greenhouse. While she's in the greenhouse, this nurse is on the outside. Back inside the greenhouse, Anne hears something. She spots the gardener and immediately takes her clothes off. She throws herself at the gardener, who has no complaints.
You've been cured.
Then what would you so doubtful in front of my husband for?
He doesn't want her to
Can I
leave.
ask you something?
One evening, our mysterious stalker returns. He then chokes one of the patients to death. For good measure, he stabs her and then pulls off her underwear. Like I mentioned earlier, for a mental institution, this has some weird stuff inside of it. Another victim.
I heard footsteps and noises, and I was afraid
I think the feelings that he has for her are reciprocated. I think she needs a bath. Apparently Mara also needs a bath. And a kiss from her favorite nurse. A good nurse always washes her patients. While in her underwear. While she's enjoying herself, our killer gets another axe. But being the nymphomaniac that she is, she tries to seduce him. But it doesn't work. After the bath, Mara and our nurse dance. I think that's tequila. Eventually, they do stop dancing, and things get a little more hot and heavy. Unfortunately, I can't show you that good stuff. I guess I can show you a little. And after they had a little bit of fun that I couldn't show you, this happens to her. Dr. Clay and the other guy go to inspect the weaponry they have in there. and find a bloody axe. Then they open up that thing and find the guy got crushed in there. The police are called in.
I understand your reluctance, Clay, but the inspector, I think, is right. Perhaps we can stop the killer before he commits more crimes.
The police are called in.
I understand your reluctance, Clay, but the inspector, I think, is right. Perhaps we can stop the killer before he commits more crimes.
The killer does show up, and it's revealed to be Cheryl's husband, Mr. Hume. What's his motivation for killing? I don't know. They chase him through the massive corridors of this Gothic mansion, and he kills a few more people before he's done. He got them all. Now it's his turn. And that's our film. All right, let's talk about Slaughter Hotel. Man, I had this movie, I rented it back in maybe 1986 or so from a video store. Copied it onto a beta tape with a couple other things. It was a Memorex tape, I think. Soul Survivor, a movie that I reviewed earlier on this channel as well, was on that tape also. Soul Survivor is a better. I was really looking forward to this one because the box looked fantastic, but Soul Survivor was a much better movie. It's not a bad movie though, Slaughter Hotel. But anyway, it stars Klaus Kinski, and he is this doctor at this mental institution. Now, this mental institution is just, it's like a girls only, women only mental institution. Most of the ladies there are beautiful, the nurses are beautiful, everybody's beautiful, and everybody gets naked. Fantastic, right? Well, there is a serial killer, this hooded killer who is wandering the grounds periodically. He gets inside the building and starts killing people, the nurses, the patients, just killing everybody indiscriminately. And we're led to believe that maybe it's the doctor, maybe it's doctor by Klaus Kinski. There's this other doctor inside, maybe it's him, I don't know. Meanwhile, between the killings, there's a lot of sexual activity going on, a lot of solo play, if you get my drift, and some lesbian stuff too. One of the nurses there is in love with this black woman who's one of the patients. Gives her some massages, washes her in the bathtub. They kiss, they do everything, it's just very sexual stuff going on. Meanwhile, the killings keep taking place. Ultimately, we find out that the killer breaks in at the end and he's going after this woman named Cheryl. Cheryl, who is in love with Klaus Kinski, and they love each other, even though she's married. But apparently she's going to be getting out soon, and she was like going to be the next victim, but then the killer is stopped. He's chased out of the room. He kills a couple cops along the way. We find out, actually, just prior to that, the killer was Cheryl's husband. Hume, I think, was his name, or maybe that was the last name, I'm not sure. I never got the motivation as to why exactly he wanted to kill her. I don't think they ever stated that. But anyway, he runs out, kills a couple cops, then he moves into this other room where there's a bunch of the patients inside, a bunch of female patients, and he kills all of them, like 5 or 6 of them in there before the police finally shoot him and kill him dead. So he killed a lot of people right at the very end. So there you go. It was Cheryl's husband doing this. We didn't even see him throughout the film. Actually, I take that back. I think we saw him very briefly at the beginning somewhere. But anyway, that's it. It was Cheryl's husband who was the killer. Why he was doing it, I don't know. If I missed that, I apologize. Maybe you can tell me, but that's what's going on. So anyway, that is Slaughter Hotel. Again, I saw this when I was a kid. There was a lot of nudity in it back then. There's a lot more of it now in this DVD because it probably has several minutes of extra footage and some pretty risque footage at that. Let's just say that. If you're looking for full frontal nudity and everything within that full frontal nudity, wow, this movie has it. So trust me, this is the one you want to see. This was put out by Shriek Show. I want to say there's a Blu-ray of this out there as well that may have come out in the last year or two. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll leave a link to Amazon if you want to buy it. Yeah, as far as exploitation films go with gore and nudity, there's a decapitation. This is pretty good. You can't go wrong with this one. It's got it all. So anyway, that's it. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Slaughter Hotel. Watch it. Bye.